This is Ryan Watches a Movie, the show where we force our friend to watch a secret movie and tell us what he thought. This is your first time tuning in. Ryan has a degenerative neuromuscular disorder known as Friedreich's ataxia. Please consider visiting curefa.org to learn more and discover ways to help. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing all right.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Okay.
All right. So this week, in honor of the World Cup coming out, we had you watch a very special movie. What was that movie?
Air
Bud 3 World Pup. Now, before we get into this, I just wanted to make a quick note. Our mid-year top 10 lists are up on the site, so if you want to check out our mid-year top 10s, they are published. Everybody got their lists in. It's a great set of lists, if I do say so myself. A lot of variety in the lists, but one through line is we all have Black Panther on our lists. I think all of us except Chris have it in our top 5 at least.
Oh yeah?
Kevin, it's your number 1. I think it's number 3 for me.
Where did it show up on Ryan's list?
Ryan, where's Black Panther land on your top 10? Didn't see it.
What the fuck?
You got to get on that, dude. Definitely one of the best movies of the year. So it's number 5 for Blake. It's number 2 for Mint. Number 2 for Ken. Number 3 for me. Number 1 for you, Kevin. And it's number 8 for Chris. That was the only one where we all had it. There were a couple other overlaps, like you, me, and Blake had The Endless on our lists. It was number 1 for me. I have a lot of overlap with Blake. He and I always seem to be aligned as far as what our favorites are. So we have Annihilation, Revenge, Hereditary's on multiple people's lists. That's Chris's number 1. Thoroughbreds is on 3 of our lists, which I'm really glad I just caught up. 2 of the movies that are on my top 10, Paddington 2 and Thoroughbreds, I just watched for the first time this past weekend. So
Nice.
I was glad to sneak those in. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about some Air Bud 3 World Pup. This came out in the year 2000. It is directed by Bill Bannerman, and I have a synopsis here. A boy and his dog take on the world of soccer. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Air Bud World Pup.
It seems way longer than when you actually watch it because a lot of things happen in that span of time. I guess it has many layers.
Oh, a layered story.
Deep movie. Anyway, there's a girl that moves to America from England. And she has a dog. And she becomes the little kid soccer coach. And her dog is her mom is attracted to her dog. So
What? I love that. That just trail off you did there.
It sounded like you fell asleep.
Airbud. So wait, Airbud's attracted to the other dog, and then what?
Secretly, and that comes back into play later on in the movie because they have puppies out of nowhere.
Aww.
And at the end, these 2 crooks that are seen throughout the movie break into the English people's house and steal the puppies. And everyone gets to save them. And the Air Bud gets in trouble with the league officials. They said dogs can't play. So in the last scene of the movie, well, not the last scene, well, last in the state finals, and somehow they announced that the girl and the boy and their blood are missing, and apparently they're only playing with 9 people.
Alright.
Or not 9, 8 people. Like,
Damn.
I'm pretty sure it's borderline illegal. But anyway, the state final is 8 versus 11.
Say what?
So they go.
8
And
versus
they
11.
rescue this puppy. And all of a sudden, all 3 of them come back. And they all enter the game. They end up winning the game. Because
What?
Airbud scores a header
Nice.
in like the last second.
Stoppage
by
time.
the way, the clock counts down. And I've been.
They don't even know
I
soccer. This is
played
great.
soccer when I was little. And right now, I'm really into soccer. And I've never seen any college committee. I think maybe college they do it. We counts down. But nowhere else have I ever seen.
Wow.
So, anyway. Airbud scores a buzzer beater header. And see, I wish I would have had a video recorder while I was watching this because I cannot tell you the amount of times I audibly said, "What the fuck?"
Buzzer beater header.
Because none makes any sense.
Was there a buzzer? Did they actually have a buzzer?
No, there wasn't a buzzer.
Oh.
Buzzer beater. I just mean it beat the countdown.
That would have been
Still.
great.
Yeah,
Still.
alright, so, and that meet a World Cup star, like a real World Cup star, a woman from the women's national team. And before throughout the movie, Airbud was a forward. And they're in the World Cup. And the chick they meet is the goalkeeper. And she gets hurt. And when Airbud goes in for a penalty shootout at the end of the game.
I was going to ask.
And they end up winning that game. But my point is, Airbud went from a forward the whole movie into a goalkeeper.
Hell yeah.
And apparently it's still awesome.
Happens all the time.
I don't think you understand.
Cup.
What? So he went.
Uh-huh.
So he went from state finals
Yeah.
as a forward with the buzzer beater header, and then goes into the World Cup, which it sounds like he's playing for the women's national team.
Correct.
As a goalkeeper.
And the chick they made, I'm always thought their real name is Brianna. But in the movie, for whatever reason, the announcer calls her Brianna. Like Brian with an A.
Brianna.
And that's not her name at all.
Now,
And
when he.
I also want to say, I don't think she's a goalkeeper. I'm not sure. is not part of the West National team, but I'm pretty sure in real life she's not. Her position is a goalkeeper.
Yeah, she is a goalkeeper. I just looked it up.
Ah,
I have 2 questions. Well, I actually have like 100, but I'm going to stick to 2 right now. One is when Air Bud comes starts playing for the women's national team. Is the clock also counting down in this game?
They're no penalty shootout.
Oh, so you don't even get to see the clock during the World Cup game. Gotcha. Second, isn't Air Bud a male dog?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Because
I thought so
they
too.
impregnated the girl dog
Yeah.
and that. Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough that you're letting a dog play in the World Cup, which I'm pretty sure that would not be able to happen.
No.
And then on top of that, it's a male dog playing for the women's national team. That's a bit too far. That's a bridge too far. I'm sorry.
When their puppies get rescued, they end up confronting the 2 henchmen from the beginning of the movie. And like all these dogs are surrounding them. And they tell them they call the police. They tell them when they call the police. And the one cook says he wanted to sell the boy some money. I just wanted a puppy. And they immediately give him a puppy.
Oh
What?
my god.
They just give him a puppy. They just give the bad guy a
Yeah.
puppy.
And the dog
Is it like a
doesn't
random puppy or is it one of their puppies?
Just,
Is it one of their puppies or is it like a random
Yeah.
puppy?
what? They just sell out their own puppies?
Yeah, you can just have one of my kids. That's fine.
Holy shit. Wow.
Hmm.
That's
All right.
Like I said, there are many.
There are layers to this. You were right.
The Air Bud
I
3
thought,
is an onion of a movie here.
I thought that was kind of a joke, but Jesus. Airbud just giving up one of his kids to a bad
right.
guy, no less, that was trying to kidnap him. Could you imagine?
No, I don't understand that. I can't wrap my head around that.
And they also the puppy gets up in the guy's face, and the kid say, "Oh, the puppy likes you." Clearly, the puppy does not like it, but doesn't want to bear it.
Wow.
So what'd you think of this movie?
It's fucking terrible.
Oh,
I watched it twice to make up more errors.
I don't know. It sounds pretty.
Errors.
Well, I think like it's pretty much its entire concept is an error. Really, I mean, this is ridiculous because from the sound of it, most of it isn't even World Cup. Like, is the World Cup only makes up a little bit, a little tiny bit?
The World Cup's like last 5 minutes.
Damn.
and it's just a penalty shootout. So there's not even you don't even get to see any World Cup action.
This is incredible.
I still can't wrap my head around how many matches are in this movie? Like how many times does Air Bud play?
It doesn't sound like that, man. It sounds like he's got a lot of other stuff going on.
It's in like 3 or 4 games, man.
Because I mean, the way you were describing it sounds like he's in one match that's like the state finals or whatever, and then all of a sudden he's somehow playing in the World Cup, and I can't wrap my head around how that.
No,
works.
there's
It sounds
like
like-
2 or 3 matches before the state final.
Okay.
And
But
they
it all-
made the World Cup goalie at the state final and become friends with her. And
That's
then she
ridiculous.
gets thrown, they're like, okay, go ahead.
I just want to point out, can you imagine training your entire life, making it onto the U.S. women's national soccer team, getting to the World Cup. you're, second or third goalie on the team. The number one goalie gets injured or whatever, and it's penalty shootouts for the biggest stage in the fucking world, and they bring a dog on instead of you.
Yeah. Yeah, did they not have any other goalkeepers there? They just really wanted to bring in Air Bud, which I can't imagine the other team would be like, yeah, sure, just bring in this outside dog who's not even really on your team. Just bring him in.
They were Norwegian. They couldn't speak English about.
They couldn't understand, so
they protested, but no one could understand them. So they just mistook it for like, oh, the Norwegians are totally okay with the dog.
Do you remember when that one girl took a penalty shot and took her shirt off?
Mm-hmm.
It was that World Cup. Well, because that happened in the movie, only he doesn't take her shirt off. What is the same girl that did it in real life?
So it looks like, actually, Brianna Scurry did actually play. She was the starting goalkeeper for 3 seasons for the Atlanta Beat. So she was playing from 2001 to 2003.
I hope Solo killed her.
And then, what?
That's murdered her?
No.
Did you say she
The
murdered her?
goalkeeper that took over.
Okay.
I see.
Let's hope so.
She played for the U.S. national team from 1994 to 2008.
Wow.
Yeah, so and then after leaving the Atlanta Beat in 2003, she played for the Washington Freedom from 2009 to 2010, and now she's a manager. She's an assistant manager of the Washington Spirit. So she's still in the game.
Wow.
Apparently, she's had a insane career. Like, she played for the Olympics. I mean, she earned a record 173 caps for the United States.
So really, the only stain on her record was being taken out and replaced with Air Bud.
Yeah.
In the 2000 World Cup.
173 caps. That's like 10 or 15 years of non-stop playing.
Yeah, she started 159 of those games and finished her international career with a record of 133, 12, and 14. She also earned 71 shutouts.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
it's not like there's multiple goalkeepers in a game. There's one in every game.
Yeah. Normally. Yeah, so she had a pretty crazy career here.
That's a storied career.
Oh, yeah.
What are Air Bud stats?
Do we have a stat sheet? Do we have a stat sheet for Air Bud?
Air Bud stats there? How many caps? How many shutouts? Anything? Nothing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't have anything. I got nothing.
We do know that his legacy is somewhat tainted because he gave up one of his own kids to a kidnapper.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
sorry, but that's problematic. That's really fucked up. I don't know how that makes it in a family movie. We talked about another Air Bud movie before this where I think it was the 7th one or something. The puppies, Air Bud's just having puppies everywhere, first off. Second off, they're always being kidnapped.
Maybe it's the same puppies.
I feels weird that he would move straight from World Cup, straight into baseball, playing for the Anaheim Angels, and then a raccoon shows up to kidnap the puppies.
Yeah. That one is Air Bud's 7th inning fetch actually came out after. That's the one that came out in 2002, right after World Pup. So it's actually the 4th one in the series.
Yeah, but puppies don't stay puppies for 2 years. So that's another set of puppies.
Could be. Yeah.
It has to be. Do you think at the end of that? Do you think at the end of that one, like I just wanted a puppy, and they're like, "Here you go, raccoon," and now raccoon is a puppy.
let's go over the Air Bud series real quick. So the original one came out in 1997. That was Air Bud. That was when he was playing basketball. That was the one that started it all. Then Air Bud 2, which was Air Bud Golden Retriever, came out in 98. That's football. Then we got World Pup, soccer, seventh inning fetch, baseball. Then we have Air Bud Spikes Back in 2003. Can anyone guess what that one is?
That's got to be volleyball.
That is volleyball. That's definitely volleyball. Then came
Air Bud hockey movie.
Is there an Air Bud hockey movie?
No, I wish there would be.
I would like to see an Air Bud like NASCAR movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say like IndyCar racing or something.
NASCAR, IndyCar, one or the other. That'd be awesome.
Curling. There's so many sports that Air Bud
He
could do.
Yeah. Oh man, that would be awesome.
The rugby. I just want him to. I just want to see him play the most violent sports and see how they handle that.
It's fucking Air Bud highlight.
Highlight. He has the little racket thing on his like
pulse.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That'd be
oh
so
man.
Fucking cute. God.
Spikes Back was the last in the mainline Air Bud series. Then there was the spin-off series Air Buddies. Those are all about his puppies. So there's Air Buddies, Snow Buddies, Space Buddies, Santa Buddies, Spooky Buddies, Treasure Buddies, and then Super Buddies. Super Buddies came out in 2013, and that's the last one, I believe.
Gotcha.
There were also other sort of unofficial spin-offs. Like there was the Search for Santa Paws. Then there was Santa Paws 2, the Santa Pups.
Nice.
Then there was the MVP series, Most Valuable Primate. This is they're not really related, but it's the same company. So Air Bud Entertainment made these two. So there was Most Valuable Primate, MVP 2, and then there was MXP, Most Extreme Primate. And then there was one that came out in 2006 called Spy Mate. Oh my god.
I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the name Dimension at the beginning of this. Is it the same Dimension mid-screen?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, they probably distributed the movie. They probably didn't make it. They're probably just a distributor. Although I'm looking at World Pup here and it says Walt Disney Home Entertainment. Okay, so actually Dimension Films is the production company. So they produced it. And Walt Disney distributed it. Interesting. There were also some other standalone films and some spin-offs, including Russell Madness, which follows the story of Russell, an undersized but big-hearted terrier who dreams of having a family of his own.
Oh.
I'm interested in that one. Then there's Monkey Up. That one came out in 2016, so that one's a relatively new one. Stars Crystal the Monkey, famous for appearing in the Hangover trilogy.
Oh,
and the Night at the Museum trilogy. There's Chestnut, hero of Central Park. It's about a Great Dane named Chestnut. And there's some other ones too. There was another series called Pup Star. These look like the most recent ones. Pup Star enters a world where dogs can not only talk, but they can sing.
Ooh.
Then there's Pup Star Better Together with a number 2. And then the most recent one, which just came out this year, called Pup Star World Tour.
Lord have mercy.
They got quite the racket going on here at these animals doing human things movies.
Wow.
Any final thoughts, Ryan, on Air Bud World Pup before you give your drum roll?
Terrible.
All right, there you have it. Terrible. All right, let's get your drum roll. What are you gonna give Air Bud World Pup? 0.5. It's been a long time since we've had a 0.5.
Can't
We've had a
believe
lot
you're
of
man.
we've had a lot of ones recently, but
0.5.
the 0.5 is very elusive.
This, if I could do it on Letterboxd, I'd give it a 0.1.
Damn.
Mm.
I mean, it's your show. You make the rules.
Well, for weird cases like that, you can always just not rate it, and then in the written review,
Just be like
just
0.1.
just put 0.1 in the written review.
I mean, you got people in there doing like 52 out of 100.
Yeah, like
So-
52.7 out of 100.
I'm really stuck on this whole the kidnappers and giving them a puppy.
It happened.
Yeah,
I don't
Can you
deny it.
imagine?
I'm not calling you a liar, but it's such a weird thing to put in a kids movie.
I agree. And
That poor puppy.
It's like, oh, he wanted a kid. I just wanted a dog, so I'm cool.
So if you think about it, the series that goes on from there, I guess from this movie to Seventh Inning Fetch, onto all the buddy movies, they have like their core group of puppies doing puppy adventures, and there's that one puppy that's been
Yeah.
separated that's hanging out with a kidnapper all these years while all the other puppies are doing these great things and living these great lives.
I wish that I watched a movie about him.
Just a movie about the
It's
kidnapper.
about the puppy they give for.
I have a feeling it would be sad. It would be a really sad movie.
It probably would be. He'd be missing his parents. He'd be missing his brothers and sisters. And you know this kidnapper probably lives in some kind of dump.
Yeah, and he's out doing crimes. He's not giving the attention and loving that puppy needs.
He's a dog, man.
Did you ever notice in all these kids movies, it always involves kidnapping?
Mm-hmm.
Like all these like Disney live action movies, it's always kidnapping or dog napping or something. But there's always a napping of sorts that occurs. I guess because that's like the most benign type of crime.
Yeah, because you can't be like murdering dogs and stuff,
beheading them or something. Yeah.
making training them to fight each other or something.
Also, it just feels lazy. It's just lazy to have kidnappers every time.
I just think it's funny to be like, World Pup, Airbud's gonna play soccer, and then they spend 90% of the movie with these puppies being kidnapped. Like, why have the dog do?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you have a plot there, right? Like him learning how to play soccer and then playing in the big game. Like that should be enough, right? Like there's so many other sports movies that revolve around just that, like Mighty Ducks. You don't see like Emilio Estevez getting some of his teammates kidnapped in Mighty Ducks.
The first time he plays is awesome.
It just comes natural. Everything comes natural to Airbud.
He's just great. He's just
He's
gifted.
so fucking good at everything, dude.
Well, the fact that he plays on a pro level is what's interesting. Like I was expecting them to play like, the Dallastown Cougars level, like.
Well, yeah, it just blows my mind that he goes straight from States, comes in last set. I don't know how they allowed that to have him just walk
It's
on.
all about who you know, Kevin.
I guess so.
Got those connects.
Got those connections.
Probably paid him off with another one of his puppies. That's why he has puppies. He uses them as like currency.
I want
Gets what he wants.
I want to see the meeting with FIFA where they finagled this dog to play. Does FIFA control the Women's World Cup also?
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see that. They probably just had to slip him a bunch of money or something, and then FIFA was just like, all right, you guys, sure, why not?
No problem.
Money buys everything.
Or maybe they had something on FIFA Maybe they had some dirt, and they were like,
Yeah.
"You let Airbud play, or else."
Gonna expose you, Airbud.
I
All right,
think it's
real
better
briefly,
than-
Ryan. You're a big World Cup. You're a big soccer fan. What's your take on this World Cup so far? We've been in it a couple of weeks.
It's pretty exciting. The only thing I don't like is one side of the bracket is really good, and one side of the bracket is not so good.
Yeah, it does seem a little lopsided.
Just a little bit. I do love that the one side of the bracket was like nothing but penalty shootouts, and the other side was no penalty shootouts.
Yeah.
But those penalty shootouts are pretty fun, I gotta say.
They're
The one side,
very stressful.
Uruguay, the one before Brazil, the one before France, the one before. Who's the last name? I can't remember. Off of them.
Oh, shit.
The last
Belgium?
team.
Is Belgium playing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Belgium's playing Brazil.
it was pretty goddamn good. And then on the other side, you have England who won for
Croatia.
yeah.
Croatia, Russia, and
Oh, yeah.
Sweden.
And none of them won. I mean, Croatia's pretty decent, but Russia's terrible, and they're on the list 8.
I've really been enjoying the World Cup this year. I've had a lot of fun with it. Pretty much all the teams that I wanted to see go through are already out, but
Yeah, same here.
Every team that I like except one is
you love France.
I
So
like France. And
I love your text the other day after France won, and you just texted me and said, "I'm happy." Period. Like I'm like, yeah, I bet you
So
are.
much excitement. So much excitement.
I want a clip from the Jose.
Yeah, but
Wow.
you got
Still, that's your team. All right, I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your questions and topics to feedback@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you're a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
See you, man.